Nursing home. Regrets. 6 hard truths you must know. Have you ever found yourself thinking about moving into a nursing home, hoping it would bring a sense of peace and security? I know many of us, as we age, start wondering if that might be the best option. After all, we hear it all the time. The idea that a nursing home can offer a safe, caring environment where our health is closely monitored, and we have all the support we need. But what if I told you that, for some people, moving into a nursing home isn't as perfect as it might seem? It's not that nursing homes don't offer good care. They do, but there are some hard truths that no one really talks about. And I want to share these with you today. So if you're considering a move or are already in one, you can go in with your eyes wide open. This isn't about discouraging anyone from making a decision, but it's about understanding the reality of what that decision might mean for you. I've heard from many people who, after moving in, regretted certain aspects of their choice. And today, we're going to talk about the first few of those reasons, things I wish I had known beforehand. One of the biggest things many people don't realize is how quickly your sense of independence can slip away. At first, the promise of help with daily tasks seems like a blessing, right? Things like meals, medication management, even help with dressing, all provided for you. But here's the catch. It's easy to lose your personal sense of control. You begin to rely more and more on the staff for even the smallest tasks. And over time, that can start to feel like a loss. It's hard to explain unless you've felt it. You might start to miss those moments where you were able to make decisions for yourself, even if they were just about what to have for breakfast or how to spend your afternoon. In a nursing home, your day is often structured for you, and that can feel stifling. The second thing that hits hard for many people is the lack of real emotional connections. When you move into a nursing home, you're surrounded by people, both staff and residents, but it's not the same as the relationships you might have had before. It can feel lonely, despite being in a place where you're not physically alone. Some of the people you meet in a nursing home may be dealing with their own health struggles, or may not be able to communicate well. The staff, while caring and helpful, may not have the time to really connect with you on a personal level. Yes, they're there to help, but there's a difference between assistance and companionship. And as the days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, you start to crave those deeper, more meaningful connections that you had when you were living independently. The third challenge many people face is the sense of being treated like you're just another patient. Nursing homes often operate on a tight schedule. They need to keep track of medications, meals, and appointments. And sometimes, that means you're treated more like a number than an individual. It's understandable. There are a lot of people to care for, and the staff is doing their best under the circumstances. But after a lifetime of being in control of your own life, suddenly being treated like another person to manage can be jarring. When you're in a nursing home, you might start feeling like your needs are secondary to the routines of the facility. And even though they might be taking care of your physical needs, your mental and emotional needs can sometimes be overlooked. You might even start to feel invisible at times. These are the first hard truths that I want to share. They aren't easy to hear, and they might not apply to everyone, but they are things worth considering. Now that we've touched on a few of the challenges, let's talk about what you can do to avoid or mitigate these difficulties if you're already in a nursing home or thinking about making the move. We'll explore that next, but for now, take a moment to reflect on these truths. They might make you see your situation in a new light. Now that we've discussed the emotional and personal challenges that come with moving into a nursing home, let's talk about another tough truth: the issue of autonomy. Losing your freedom in small, everyday decisions can be more unsettling than you might think. When you're living at home, you decide when you wake up, when you go to bed, what you eat, and who you talk to. You control your space, your time, and your life. But in a nursing home, that autonomy is often compromised. For example, when meals are served at a specific time, you may not have the option to eat when you feel hungry. You might have a routine set for you, one that doesn't align with your own natural rhythm. Some people find that their daily activities are planned out from morning to night. And while there's comfort in having a structured day, there's also a deep sense of loss when you realize you no longer control your own schedule. What you may not realize is that, over time, this loss of autonomy can have a significant impact on your overall sense of well-being. We all need a sense of control in our lives, and when that's taken away, even in small ways, it can begin to affect your mood, your confidence, and how you view your place in the world. Along with autonomy, many people also struggle with the way their living space feels. In your own home, you likely surrounded yourself with the things you love: personal mementos, furniture, photos of loved ones. But when you move into a nursing home, your space is often much more generic, a room that might feel more like a hotel than a home. It can be difficult to feel comfortable in a place that doesn't have the warmth or familiarity of your personal surroundings. The walls, the furniture, even the smell of the place, it all contributes to a feeling of being somewhere else, rather than in a space that feels like your own. And let's be honest, having your own space is part of what makes you feel like yourself. When that's taken away, it can be a reminder that you're no longer in control. Finally, there's the matter of physical and mental decline. While nursing homes are designed to offer care, the constant presence of illness and aging can sometimes be a stark reminder of the realities of getting older. Even though you're receiving help, the reality is that you might begin to feel more isolated or disconnected from the rest of the world as you watch your fellow residents struggle with similar health issues. It's a difficult thing to confront, but it's also one of the things many people overlook when making the decision to move into a nursing home. As much as nursing homes try to create a supportive and caring environment, they can also sometimes serve as a constant reminder of the aging process. You may find yourself struggling not just with your own health issues, but with the constant reminders of others' health struggles as well. So, if you're already in a nursing home or considering the move, how can you handle these challenges? How can you preserve your sense of self, maintain your autonomy, and stay mentally and emotionally strong in a situation that often feels out of your control? The answer isn't simple, but there are ways to make a nursing home feel more like home. For one, it's important to bring elements of your personal life into your new space. Whether it's photos, favorite books, or personal keepsakes, making your room as familiar and comforting as possible can go a long way in helping you feel more at ease. In addition, consider finding ways to assert your independence, even within the structure of a nursing home. This might mean asking for flexible meal times, participating in activities that interest you, or having conversations with staff about ways they can better accommodate your routines and preferences. Don't be afraid to speak up about what you need, and remember that your voice matters. You can also stay connected with the world outside of the nursing home. Whether it's staying in touch with old friends and family, or finding new ways to engage with your community. Maintaining those connections can help you feel less isolated. It's important to remember that while your physical space may change, your life, your interests, and your relationships are still very much yours to cultivate. Ultimately, the decision to move into a nursing home is a deeply personal one, and it's important to weigh both the pros and the cons carefully. It's not all negative, and many people find comfort and care in these environments. But by acknowledging these hard truths, you can prepare yourself for the realities of life in a nursing home and make the most of it. In the next part, we'll talk about the final truths that you should consider. And I'll give you some tips on how to make sure your life in a nursing home is as fulfilling and positive as possible. Stay tuned. Now that we've explored some of the deeper emotional and practical challenges of living in a nursing home, let's move on to a couple more truths that many people don't think about until they're already there. One of these is the reality of the social environment. While nursing homes are filled with people, not all of them are in a position to be social or form meaningful relationships. It's easy to assume that being around others means you'll automatically make new friends, but that isn't always the case. Many of the residents in nursing homes are dealing with their own health challenges, which can make socializing difficult. Some may have cognitive issues that make it hard to engage in conversations, while others may simply be too tired or withdrawn to connect. For you, this can feel isolating, especially if you were used to having a vibrant social life before moving in. It's important to remember that while nursing homes can provide companionship, they don't always foster the same kind of community you might have had before. Even though you're surrounded by people, the bonds you form may not feel as strong or personal as the relationships you once had. This is where taking an active role in creating your own social opportunities can make a big difference. Some nursing homes have programs, activities, and events that encourage socialization. But it's up to you to participate. Whether it's joining a group activity, inviting someone for a walk, or simply chatting with fellow residents, your ability to initiate these connections will determine how connected you feel. But it's also important to manage your expectations. Forming deep friendships in a nursing home can be harder than you think, and that's okay. Focus on the relationships that are meaningful to you, whether that's with family, old friends, or new acquaintances who share your interests. Another factor to consider is the potential for a lack of privacy. In a nursing home, your personal space is much more limited, and privacy can sometimes be compromised. Even though you have your own room, it's not always yours to retreat to the way you might in your own home. Staff may come in regularly to check on you, administer medications, or help with various tasks. While this care is essential, it can also make it feel like you're always under someone's watchful eye. This loss of privacy can be one of the most challenging aspects of nursing home life, especially if you've always valued your alone time. The need for privacy is something that can often be overlooked by those who aren't experiencing it, but it's crucial for maintaining a sense of dignity and personal control. There are, however, some ways to maintain a sense of privacy in a nursing home. Creating a routine that gives you time alone, setting boundaries with staff or visitors, and making your room a sanctuary where you can retreat are all ways to protect your personal space. It might also be helpful to speak to the facility about adjusting routines to allow for more private time, if that's important to you. Finally, let's talk about something that many people overlook until it becomes a problem: the physical environment of the nursing home itself. As much as nursing homes strive to be welcoming and home-like, the reality is that many of them are more institutional in nature. Long hallways, fluorescent lights, and the sounds of medical equipment can create a clinical atmosphere that is far from cozy or comforting. This environment can sometimes affect your mental health, especially if you're used to a more personal or comfortable living space. The noise, the smell of disinfectants, and the lack of personal touches can make it feel like you're not really in a home at all. Over time, this can contribute to feelings of depression or anxiety, and it's something that many people don't prepare for when they make the decision to move into a nursing home. To make the space feel more like home, it's important to personalize your environment as much as possible. Bring in your favorite furniture, family photos, artwork, or even things like candles or blankets that remind you of home. While the surroundings may not change, you can at least make your room a place where you feel comfortable and safe. So, What can you do if you're already in a nursing home and facing these challenges? First and foremost, it's about being proactive in managing your experience. Don't be afraid to speak up about what you need, whether it's more personal time, better social opportunities, or even just a space that feels more like your own. And remember that this isn't a one-size-fits-all experience. Many people find great joy, fulfillment, and even new friendships in nursing homes. But by understanding the realities, you can navigate this phase of life with more confidence and self-assurance. I hope this conversation has given you a better understanding of the hard truths about moving into a nursing home. It's not an easy decision, and it's not an easy experience, but with the right mindset and the right adjustments, it can still be a time for growth and connection. I want to leave you with this thought. No matter where you live, no matter your age, you still have the ability to shape your own happiness. Your life is yours to live, and even in a nursing home, you can find ways to make it meaningful. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any thoughts or experiences to share, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more conversations like this. And remember, no matter where you are in life, you have the power to live it fully and with purpose. Here's to living your best life, no matter your age.